Well, if you're like me and you're always putting your iPad down and it's never at the right angle, then what you need to do is make yourself one of these stands. Now, I made this one quite a long time ago. I love it. It's my steampunk one, but I need another one. So I thought I'd give it a go and make another video for you. And this time it's going to be dog themed. No, I love my dogs, as people know. I've drawn this little doggy one out. It was just an image on my Cricut, but if you haven't got a Cricut, just download any image and cut it out, or draw your own if you've got the talent. What I'm going to use is, I covered this piece of cardboard a long time ago in paper, and it's a really nice rigid piece of cardboard, so I might as well use that up, because I had one extra. First thing I need to do is cut my little woofer out. So I'm going to do the head separate to the body, so I can put the head in front of the body so it looks a little bit more three-dimensional, although it is going to be very three-dimensional by the end anyway. So I'm kind of making up how I'm going to build this as I go along. I only need one head, but I think I'm going to need two bodies, but we will see. So I'm going to cut two bodies out to start with. Now, I want that body to come across there a little bit more when I cut it out, so that when I put the head on, if the head goes on there, then it's not going to look like it's had a big chunk taken out of its body by a shark when it's been swimming in the sea. Oh, look, I didn't put his little fat belly in. So I'm going to cut two of those out, and all I'll do is go around this a few times with my knife, gently, just going around the outside of it like this until I've cut through it all. I've got my bits cut out now. They're going to fit together like that, and that's going to be the back of the actual phone stand. And I've decided the front is going to be a bone, because I think that might be quite fun. Now, I want the bone to be the same width as the dog, so I'm going to cut it out of the same piece of cardboard. So let's go from his tail there. So I need the bone to be that sort of size. Oh, shall I draw it in pencil rather than pen so I don't mess it up? So a bone would have to have a bit coming round like that there. Actually, I'm going to draw it on a piece of paper, I think, and then cut it out. So it'll come round like that, in a bit there, round like that. Make sure I'm getting it the right size. Yeah, and it needs to end there. Right, so we can level that up now. All I need to do is draw a line across there. That's going to be its base. And there's me bone. So I can quickly cut that out, and then I can use that as a template on my cardboard and then cut that out as well. I think that'll be a bit more fun than having some disjointed legs in the front. I have got a proper blade that I can use that cuts round corners. I just don't seem to be able to get used to it at the moment, and it just cuts around. Oh, well, I seem to use that quite well then. Let's make sure that that's the right size. Yeah, perfect size. So now I can draw that on here and cut that out. Well, now all my bits are cut out, all I need to do is stick them together and then cover them and get them ready for painting. So I want that dog's head to be about there. All I'm using is my hot glue gun. All I'm using is my hot glue gun to start with, to glue these together. And this is a brilliant cordless glue gun, much better than the ones I had before. It heats up in 15 seconds, it gets very hot though, and it works amazingly. I'm good there. I'm going to put a little bead of glue around the back, almost like a little shell. Won't be seen anyway once it's finished. And then the bone will go approximately there, but I need dividers to go in between, because that's where your iPad is going to sit, or your phone is going to sit. Now I'm going to put those in a little bit. So I put some glue on the end of those. They are going to go there, like that. The other one will go there, like that. And now that's all stuck on there, I just need to stick the bone on. Look how easy these are to make, honestly. And now, before I stick that one on, what I'm going to do is put that up to it, so I know that it's level when it sits down. And then I'll leave all that to cool down for a minute or two. Look at me, so cute. Don't know what I'm going to name him. Give me some suggestions and names in the comments below for what we're going to name this. Let's have some nice funny names. But clean, people, clean. And the iPad fits in it really well, but also I've put that close enough together that a phone would fit in it really well if you want to use your phone or any other tablet. It doesn't have to be an iPad, does it? And I'm sure you've guessed what the next stage is. I'm going to be covering this all over in brown paper, and this is just the brown paper that comes with the Amazon packages or deliveries that I get. I've got some white glue here that I've watered down quite a lot to be able to do this with, and the reason I'm covering it is I don't want all these little bits where the corrugated card can be seen to be seen at the end, and it's so much easier to be able to fill these in once you've covered it, and also it gives it a nice little texture as well. So all I do, paint some on to start with, the bit on where I want it to go. I want it to go there, and then I paint over it and let it dry. Well, I don't let it dry naturally anymore. I always now put all my things like this in my curing machine that was designed for tumblers, and I use it more for things other than tumblers than I do for tumblers, because I love it. So I'll get that all covered, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Well, I've covered this mostly now. I've just got the underneath to do, and I can do that once it's dry. But it is looking quite good now that it's covered. And I want this to dry really quickly. I don't really want to have to wait overnight. So I am, like I said, going to pop it in here in my resinous curing machine that I've adapted using this little bit of board. Turn it on, and that should be completely bone dry within an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's been curing in here for about 45 minutes, and actually it's dry enough now for me to do the rest of it. That little machine has saved me so much time now. It is unbelievable. And all I need to do is get some paper and a little bit of glue. Check that I've not missed anywhere on the top, which I can't see that I have. And now all I need to do is finish off this bottom bit. And you don't, I suppose, have to do that bit if you don't want to, but I like to make it nice and neat. And I've been picked up so many times before by people on YouTube saying to me, why don't you ever finish the bottoms of anything? So I'm just going to trim this back here where it's gone hard. Okay, that's fine. Get my paper, finish it off, and then dry it all off completely. It's been in there just over an hour, and it's lovely and dry now all the way through. And I can tell it's dry because you can kind of hear it's dry. Now what I'm going to do is, using some acrylic paint, I'm going to paint it white. I'll probably give it a couple of coats of white paint before I put on the little details of him. And it'll need a couple of coats because this paper will shine through, but it paints lovely. It will cover really, really well. And it just gives it so much of a nicer coat as well if you've covered it in the paper first, because you've not got all those nasty little corrugated edges. And once I've given it one coat, I'll pop it back in the dryer, and then I will give it, probably take about 10 minutes for it to dry again, enough to give it its second coat. This is nice and dry now, and I painted him, and I put some black bits on. I tried to paint some eyes and a nose on it, but for some reason, I absolutely messed them up. So what I'm doing is, I've cut some out on the Cricut, and I'm putting those on. Oh yeah, they're much better than the ones I had. And now what I'm going to do is give him a varnish. I'm going to give him a couple of coats of a clear satin varnish, because I think that's going to be the better one. Because all I want to do is protect him rather than give him a gloss shine. And that should just give him a nice bit of a shine going over. I'll probably give it a couple of coats of this. Did you notice I painted the bone grey? You could make lots of different animals out of this. You could do cats, dogs, birds, anything you want to. Really simple way of making a great little fun stand. Your iPad and your phone. Or your tablet and your phone, I should say, not your iPad, because not everyone has iPads. Some have other pads. Thank you to everyone that got me a coffee last month as well. If it wasn't for you people, I couldn't keep this channel going. So I really do appreciate it. It's people like you that allow me to have fun and make things like this. Thank you. Your names are coming up now on my coffee board. And if you want to buy me a coffee and get on my coffee board, then the link for that is below. I did do the spot on the back as well. Look. He's all finished now. I love him. I think he's come out really, really cute. He does fit your phone. There we go. You can put your phone that way, or you can have your phone on him that way as well, depending on which way you want to view your phone. And it certainly fits your iPad as well. And I think that has come out really, really cute. And then without anything on, here he is. He's a little woofer. Really easy to make and a great little project. Hope you've enjoyed this project. Please boot the like button and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Links to everything that I've used today are in the description below. Little button news. Take care. Enjoy your crafting. Bye.